Here we're going to look at graphing ellipses that are in standard form. So now the center is not necessarily always 0, 0, and so standard form is if the center is hk, so the point right, this is x, this is y, that's the number that's subtracted off of x, and that's the number that's subtracted off of y, and you still have it equal to 1 and over this a squared b squared. So if I look at an equation that's in this form, I want to know a couple things. What's the center, and then what are a and b? So here, if a squared is 36, then it looks like a is 6. And I remember, since that's the one with the x, that's telling me how far to go right and left from the center, so back and forth. And this one looks like b is 4 if b squared is 16. And since that's with the y, that tells me how far to go up and down from the center. All right, then what's the center here? So x minus h. Well, notice this is plus, so it must have been minus a negative 1. So it's always the opposite sign because this minus is part of the formula. So it looks like our center on this one is negative 1, and y minus is part of the formula, so 4. So negative 1, 4. And so now we'll just look at actually trying to graph that. So the center is negative 1, 4. That's back 1 and up 4. And then make enough hash marks on my graph. All right, so the center is negative 1, 4, so that's about here. And then to find endpoints on the x, I go 6 to the right and 6 to the left. Those will be some endpoints. So if I'm at negative 1, I'm going over at about 5. And if I go back from negative 1, I'm going to about negative 7. And then up and down on the y, I'm going up 4 and then down 4, which since I'm already at 4, that one puts me right on the axis. And so if I connect these all, there's an ellipse.